Hello and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing this small little haul of some back issue bin diving I was doing on one of my recent adventures. And it's a lot of reprints here, and I have one more issue from the modern Wolverine run that I've been trying to slowly piece together. Pretty much done with modern comic books as far as like ones that I'm picking up. I will get like reprints, and like I said, I am still trying to fill out the modern Wolverine run as I can pick them up. But yeah, as far as like, pre-ordering books or anything like that, unless it really jumps out at me, I'm not really doing that anymore. It's just getting too expensive. And I want to focus on a lot of the older runs that I want to put together, like your Conan the Barbarians, your Iron Man, the old Wolverine runs that I still want to finish collecting. Working on a few things where I'm not going to finish the whole run because some of the books are just too outrageous. But like the Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen, Superman's girlfriend, Lois Lane, because they're just fun stories. But yeah, we'll go ahead and get into this haul here. But I'm going to start off with a figure, actually, that I got for Christmas. I've been forgetting to put it in my videos. It's been up on my DC figure wall. And after I make the videos, I look at it and I'm like, I should have put it in the video. But I keep forgetting. But this was a Christmas gift that I got from my friend Jack. He goes by the Straight Edge Monster. And he has a very, very good, at least to me, prominent wrestling kind of news and reviews. And just a fun wrestling channel that he has here on YouTube called the Monster Cast. I'll try to put like a card up here that links you to it, or down in the description below if I remember. But yeah, he got me this figure. We had been talking about some of the newer like DC McFarlane figures that come out because I think they just look really good. It's just I don't have the money to buy them all the time. So he ended up getting me this Ocean Master figure, which is very cool. I enjoy Ocean Master as a character. And it's a little hard for you to see, but I'm going to get a little better with the camera. This is one of the ones that comes with the comic book in the back. This was from the Aquaman line that came out, I guess, for the movie. But you had Aquaman, Aqualad, Black Manta, Ocean Master, and maybe one other figure in there. I don't remember offhand if there was or not. I know there's another figure I've kind of had my eye on. It's the Red Lantern Batman, I believe, which he looks pretty sick. I kind of want that. There's a few of them in the line that I'm kind of like, I really want them, but I just, it's like, I just, due to financial constraints and stuff, I just don't have the money to go out and buy them like I want anymore. But that's life. That's the way it is. But I'll show you the back here. And then I'll kind of get you a close-up here. I'm going to put it down. Hopefully get you a better little close-up here. But it's a very cool figure. Ocean Master has always been a character that I enjoy from the Aquaman series. It's Aquaman's, I believe, half-brother. And, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong there. It's either his brother or half-brother. I don't remember exactly how they put it in the comics. But yeah, he's been a villain most of the time, but he's also been a hero as well, fought alongside Aquaman. I just like his character overall. I mean, he just looks cool to me. Has some pretty cool powers, that kind of stuff. He's basically Aquaman, but cooler. I mean, just to me. I mean, I know there's some people out there that really love Aquaman, and I like him too, but I just like Ocean Master better. I don't know. But we'll go ahead and set up the stand here and stop rambling about this figure and get on to the actual comic haul. So, the first issue that I picked up from the back issue bins was the reprint of All-Star Comics number 3. This originally came out in the 1940 or 40-ish era. So there is some stuff in there that would be a little, I guess, seen as racist now, which they do make a little preface in there on the first page. About that it is presented in its historical accuracy just for that sake, not because, we're condoning anything, because that was definitely wrong, and definitely in a time period where, whether consciously or unconsciously, they accepted it, which is definitely not right. But this was actually the first appearance of the Justice Society of America, you know, especially here at their little table and everything. Very cool book. Like I said, I'm glad that I waited to pick it up because I definitely did not pay $6.99 for it. But I'm glad to have it in the collection nonetheless. We'll open it up here and show you some of the pages you got here. But you had like all your Golden Age heroes. You had like the Golden Age Spectre and Hawkman and Alan Scott Green Lantern. You had the Sandman, which I wouldn't mind collecting some of the old school Sandman stuff. I know they can be some pretty crazy things. You have Dr. Fate. But very cool book. I'll show you the back here too. I just like these reprints though. They're just really cool to me. Because you get to see basically a time capsule, you know, of things that were, you know, kind of going on at the time. But that was All-Star Comics number 3. And next up, we'll go to the next issue that I picked up. It was All-American Comics number 16 from July of... Oh, I don't have that written down. Let me see real quick. 1939, it looks like. And this was the first appearance of the first Green Lantern, of course, Alan Scott. Definitely a vastly different Green Lantern from the traditional one that we know. But still laid the foundation for the Green Lantern character with the Ring of Power and all that. It's just he actually used a legit, like, lantern to get his abilities and whatnot. And not a space alien ring. But as you can see here, this is another one of those books that's presented in its entirety. So there may be some stuff in there that's not suitable. But you also had some other, you know, stories here too, because this was All American Comics. You had all different kinds of stories in there. You have Adventures in the Unknown and just some crazy stuff going on here. Mutt and Jeff. You know, pretty cool stuff. And it's cool. You got the, you know, record yourself on your own, you know, what is it, gramophone, or not a gramophone. It's just a regular home recording unit. But you get 6 two-sided unbreakable records and some playing needles and a special recording needle. So very cool stuff. But this has been All American Comics number 16 right there. And next up in the haul, we go to another reprint. Lots of reprints, of course, in this haul. Sorry. But we have Detective Comics number 140. And this was the first appearance of the Riddler. Very glad to have this in the collection, because the Riddler is definitely one of my favorite Batman villains. I do enjoy his tricksterish ways with the riddles and stuff like that. He's always been seen as like a very cool villain to me. But, you know, this is another one of those presented in its entirety kind of thing. This was from 1948, it looks like. Originally, but very cool. You know, I think my best iteration of the Riddler was actually in the old Batman 69 TV show. I really love the dude that played the Riddler, man. He just, with that weird laugh that he had where he's like, ooh, you know, kind of thing. I can't do it. Like, but yeah, that dude was just so cool as the Riddler and whatnot. But, you know, you have some other stories here too, because this is Detective Comics was like an all-encompassing kind of thing. The Boy Commandos, you know, this kind of stuff. And then you have kind of a funny back, little mini comic back here for R.C. Cola. It's just funny because at the top here, it's called The Adventures of R.C. and Quickie. Probably definitely not appropriate now with Quickie, but, you know, if you go with that terminology, you know. But, yeah, old good old Royal Crown Cola, you know, not something you see a whole lot in its old form anymore. I mean, yeah, you see it here and there in the stores in the newer form, but not so much in the old glass bottle form like that. But yeah, very cool. Detective Comics number 140. Nice to have it in the collection. You know, just another great book to have for my Detective Comics run I am going to work on putting together, of course. Now, next up, we do not have a reprint. This is just, like I said, part of the Wolverine run that I'm collecting, the modern one here, the Benjamin Percy run. This is Wolverine number 38, and we have, back up a little bit, there we go. We have Captain America and Wolverine on the cover. This is Last Mutant Standing Part 2. Very cool because you have, you know, Wolverine and Captain America getting back together again, fighting in the trenches. So interested to read this once I kind of get the whole run piece together. I'm still missing some books in the 20s range, and then of course I'm missing whatever they've had out past number 38 now. But this was part of the Fall of X and all that stuff that was going on at the time, or maybe actually still going on at the time of this video. I'm not 100% sure, but nice to have it in the collection. And like I said, we're still working on completing this run as well. More so once they wrap it up and they get finished with it. And last up in this haul, we have our last reprint, but this is from the Uncanny X-Men Volume 1. This is number 129, and this is also part of the Dark Phoenix Saga. It is part 1, which was probably one of my favorite arcs in the Uncanny X-Men line, was the Phoenix Saga / Dark Phoenix Saga. But this is the first appearance of Kitty Pryde and of Emma Frost as the White Queen. Very glad to have this in the collection. Eventually, I do wish to put together at least some semblance of an Uncanny X-Men run from Volume 1. I don't really know where I'll start, because I do have like some comics already where they're just kind of hit and miss everywhere. But I would definitely like to start doing a run of this at some point in the future. And these reprints that they've been putting out, you know, in the past few months or so have been helping with that cause, because some of these books would be hard for me to get on their own. But yeah, this was definitely back in the heyday of, you know, the really good Uncanny X-Men stories. A lot of what I kind of grew up reading whenever I started reading the Uncanny X-Men stuff, and especially watching the, you know, the cartoon show back on TV when I was growing up. This was a lot of the stories that played out on that TV show, especially the Dark Phoenix Saga and Phoenix Saga and all that. I just remember being captivated by it. But with that, we are going to end this haul, and I want to appreciate everyone that, you know, watches my videos and stops by, comments on them. You know, even if you're here for just a few seconds, I appreciate you just stopping by and checking it out. I know this is not always for everybody, and there's a lot of different options out there for comic-related channels, but I just want to take a moment and appreciate everyone that just stops by. And, you know, whether you like my content or not, thank you. Either way. The comic community is great, just as a whole, like the things that they do and just how close-knit it is. It's, when I took my break from comics, it's something I definitely missed. So, you know, even though I've taken a step back from comics again, kind of doing them as much as I was last year, or towards the end of last year, I'll still be doing them here and there. It's probably just going to be more of like a, you know, I'm going to collect some books and then put it out as I go, or monthly, you know, whatever it is. Probably more monthly. I'll do like a video or two at least. I am working on some other stuff here on the channel, like playing video games and posting those up. So, you know, if you're interested in that, check those videos out too. I do play some kind of not mainstream games, and I do play some mainstream games. So, I mean, you know, it's a little bit for everybody. I do like a lot of like RPG type things, the single player games. So you'll see a lot of that here on the channel as well. You know, but like I said, just thank you, and I hope that everyone has a great day. Prime will be out here. Ma Zash from back in the day. All right.